that out. Got these crystals out here, big as my finger or bigger. Loading up these columns right here. How cool is that? Hey guys, I'm over here at the Wegner Crystal Mine. This is my very first time being here, so I'm going to try the Phantom Mine Tour today. All right, so let's go on in and let's have some fun. Man, check out some of these crystals on these clusters. Aren't those beautiful? Check out some of those points. Man, that's amazing. Man, check out the size of this crystal right here. That thing is huge. Look at that one. That one's a good 5 feet high or so. I'm about 6'3", close to 6'4", and that's right out there close to my chin. Check out all these phantom quartzes. Man, these are just beautiful. There's my hand for scale. Can't even put my hand over there, touch it. Give you an idea for scale. Man, that thing's huge. Well, I think this right here is the truck that's going to take us all back. We're going to pile in here in the back, take a seat, put all of our stuff in there, probably load it up, and then head on back to the Phantom Mine.
Yeah, like
Crystal, you might
from there on, like, yeah.
Perfection.
Good job, Lance.
Thank you.
This right here is where we have the blue phantoms. Check that out. It's a lot, it's pretty beat up, but I think I might go ahead and try to take the rock to get some of these points out of here. My first surface find, sitting right here on the top. Check that out. Move this out of the way. Looks like it's going to have a little bit of damage there on the top. But still, I might go ahead and keep it.
So here's that piece after I got it all washed off and I cut off some of the base. Yeah, it's got some damage, but I'm still pretty happy with it.
Check this out. Sitting right here on the surface. Look at that little beauty. It's got the extra window on there. I saw this little point and I moved a rock and I saw more shiny black glass right there underneath. So now I've got to try to uncover this rock, and hopefully it's not too large to where I can lift it and put it in the truck. All right, so I lifted that big rock up out of this area right here. I lifted it up and twisted it. And I see that there's a plate here on the back side. See the points? And on the front side, there's all kinds of shiny black glass all over it as well. The rock itself probably weighs about 140 pounds, maybe. Let's take it. Just pulled this one right here up. It was laying right there in that open spot. Had a clump of dirt on there. And this is the importance of cleaning off your finds, at least checking them over. Looks like there's going to be quite a few little small ones down in there. I don't know if there's anything around the back, but still, that should be pretty nice. I might put some more clay around that to protect that point.
Let's take a little better look at this piece after I got it all sprayed off and cleaned up. That main point wound up being longer and fatter than any of my fingers. I love that this piece has sparklies all over it. The bottom of it has a small little pocket too.
Check out this phantom right here. That is beautiful. Chrissy from Texas just found this beautiful phantom right here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
She's ahead of you on the points.
I know.
You're going to have to keep up now.
Better her than me.
It's a competition, you know that. Oh, that blue one there, but it's all broken off. Oh, here we go. Check that out. And that's a beautiful little cluster right there. Look at that. That's amazing. Get that swipe. Pulled that one out just a minute ago. Sure is pretty.
Alright, so you've seen the before, now here's the after. I got it all cleaned up and I'm very, very happy with it. It's got a little damage on one tip, but overall it's very, very nice.
Alright, so whenever I find something that has a good point on it, I try to cover it back up with the dirt from its natural element here. Help insulate it, keep it protected. Alright, so when I'm going out crystal mining, I have a couple of tips and tricks that I always try to implement. One is find the shiny. Always look for those reflections. For that shiny black glass, that lets you know you're finding some clear points. The sun is always your friend whenever you're going out rock hounding. You can look for the geometric shapes, those flat sides. Here we go. And color also. See, get those flat shapes and the shine. I always try to clean off all the sides on the rock because you don't know what might be hiding, kind of secrets these things are holding. There's a couple points right here. We'll hang on to it just in case. It might have something in it. Here we go, right here. A little plate. A little glass black.
So here's that piece after we got it cleaned up. It's got a little bit of matrix at the bottom. I'm going to knock that off, I think.
Check that out. That's so cool. I'm going to leave the rest of the clay on there. Keep it protected.
So here's that piece after I got it about 80, maybe 90% cleaned up. There's still some clay in there that's really hard to get out. Unfortunately, when I was cleaning this and spraying it off, I lost several points, including this one right here. This turned out to be a really pretty little phantom. It has a little bit of iron staining on there also. I'm going to leave that on there because I think it helps make it a little bit more unique.
That's beautiful.
This is another double terminated find. It's got some yellow iron staining on it also. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave that on there or not. I'm still undecided.
I like to look where you have like a big rock that's holding things up. It acts out like a natural wall where things just collect behind it, you know? How cool would that be?
So this piece turned out much better than what I thought it was going to be. Sometimes you get some really happy accidents. Check out all those little teeny tiny crystals on there. Isn't that beautiful?
Well, it's been 4 hours of all kinds of amazing finds. Let's head home, get them cleaned up, and take a look at them, and I'll highlight a few of them, see how they turned out.
Oh, no, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, so let's wash some of these off and see how they turned out. Unfortunately, I've been losing points left and right off of this big giant cluster right here. It turns out really, really pretty, but all of my bigger points, like this right here, was down in there like that, and I touched it, and it was loose, and I was like, oh no. And then it pulls apart. There's a key right there, so the two fit together in there perfectly, like that. And it was sitting in there, right in that little divot was where this bigger one was. It was down in there, and I touched it and it wobbled and it just fell right out. I haven't looked at the backside yet, but a lot of these are really pretty. Check out the little blue phantom cluster right here. Isn't that pretty?
So here's this piece after I got it cleaned up some. There's still some clay embedded down there in between some of the crystals.
This phantom has got a lot of iron staining over top of the crystals, so it almost kind of gives a little bit of a greenish kind of a feel with the blue and then the yellow making the green.
Here it is, a little bit more cleaned up. Yeah, there's still some clay in there in between some of the crystals too, but look what I noticed after I got it washed off some. Check out that rainbow. That is so pretty. Here's what the backside of it looks like also.
This one right here's got some pretty little points on it, and it's pretty beat up here on the backside. Some really rich dark blue coloring.
So here it is, a little bit more cleaned up. It actually turned out better than what I thought it was going to be. Let's take a more detailed look at a few of the other finds, and then at the end we'll take a look at that larger plate. I'm going to start off with a few of the phantom pieces. Sometimes it looks like a paint splatter went off on the inside of the crystal. Let's take a look at this larger plate. When I washed the plate off, there were quite a few crystals that fell off, unfortunately. But there are still many, many crystals on there. It's really beautiful.
Hello, Cletus. Here's Holly.
All right, so let's take another look at that front side of the plate again real quick. We'll do a few more detailed shots of it, though. And here's the backside of it and how it turned out. There are many little microcrystals all over the backside of this, and then there's seams of larger crystals in there too. Really, really pretty stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless.